Marco Bott. Marco's death is painful because it's slow and completely preventable. After overhearing information he shouldn't have, Reiner and Berthold restrain him and remove his ODM gear. They leave him on a rooftop with no way to escape. Marco realizes what's about to happen. He begs, confused and terrified, asking what he did wrong. No one answers him. A Titan approaches while he's still alive and screaming. He's bitten in half. His death is not instant. Marco remains conscious as he's crushed and eaten. His fear, confusion, and betrayal are what make his death linger long after it's shown. Nina Tucker. Nina Tucker was a sweet little girl who deeply loved her dog, Alexander, and her father, Sho Tucker, a talented but deeply flawed alchemist. However, Sho made a horrifying mistake in his pursuit of success. Desperate to maintain his status as a state alchemist, he carried out a cruel and inhuman experiment. He used Nina and Alexander to create a chimera. A chimera is a creature formed by fusing different animals, or even humans, into one being. Sho combined his own daughter and her dog into a single twisted creature, a human-dog hybrid that could speak. The transformation was heartbreaking and terrifying. Nina lost her humanity, and Alexander was turned into a monster. The chimera cried out for help, calling for her father, unaware of what had been done to her. She was trapped in a body that no longer felt like her own. When Edward and Alphonse Elric discovered the truth, they were horrified. They tried to stop Sho, but it was already too late. The chimera, once Nina and Alexander, was eventually killed, ending her suffering. Sho showed little to no remorse for what he had done. It was a tragic and painful end for an innocent girl and her loyal dog, both destroyed by the very person who was supposed to protect them. Kento Nanami. Nanami's story took a very sad turn after he survived a series of brutal battles inside a dangerous area controlled by a curse named Dagon. After that, Nanami had to face another powerful enemy, Jogo. Jogo attacked Nanami mercilessly, burning him and leaving him severely injured. His allies Naobito and Maki were also badly hurt. Even though Nanami was critically injured, he refused to give up. He kept fighting and defeated many transfigured humans, monsters created by the curse Mahito. He continued moving forward, trying to protect others, even as his own body was falling apart. But in the end, Mahito caught up to Nanami. Mahito took pleasure in Nanami's suffering and blew him apart right in front of Yuji Itadori, Nanami's student. Yuji could only watch helplessly, unable to save his mentor. As Nanami's life came to an end, he turned to Yuji and said one final thing: "I'll leave the rest to you." It was his last message, entrusting Yuji to keep fighting and finish the job. Jiraiya, one of the legendary Sannin, was Naruto's mentor and father figure. He taught Naruto important skills like summoning toads and the Rasengan, and helped shape him into the ninja he became. But despite his strength and experience, Jiraiya dies during a mission to find out more about the Akatsuki leader, Pain, who turns out to be his former student, Nagato. The battle between Jiraiya and Pain is intense and shows just how dangerous Pain's 6 paths really are. Jiraiya fights bravely using his Sage Mode and all his skills, but Pain's abilities are overwhelming. One by one, the 6 paths attack him, severing his arm, crushing his throat, and finally impaling him with multiple black chakra rods. Even though Jiraiya is badly injured, he doesn't give up. With his last bit of strength, he writes a secret message on the back of his toad companion, Fukasaku. This message contains clues about Pain's true identity and abilities, which later help Naruto in his fight. Asuka Langley. Asuka's death is brutal because it happens after she finally regains the will to fight. Inside Unit 02, she battles the mass production Evas with everything she has, pushing her body far beyond its limits. Her Eva is stabbed, torn open, and dismembered piece by piece. When her Eva's power runs out, she's still conscious. The enemy Evas restrain her and drive a spear directly through Unit 02's head. Asuka feels it. The Eva's nervous system is linked to her own, so every impact registers as real pain. The final blow comes when her Eva is ripped apart. Asuka dies trapped inside, fully aware, after already being mentally broken earlier in the series. Her death isn't sudden, it's extended, violent, and unavoidable. Koro Sensei. Koro Sensei is a super powerful, octopus-like teacher who can move at insane speeds and has threatened to destroy the Earth. But instead of being a villain, he genuinely cares about his students in Class 3E, who are seen as misfits and troublemakers. The whole series revolves around the students trying to assassinate him before he destroys the planet. But along the way, they grow close to him and learn important life lessons. After a year of training and bonding, they finally get the chance to take him down. Nagisa, one of the most dedicated students, delivers the final blow. What makes this death so brutal isn't just the physical act, it's the emotional weight behind behind it. Koro-sensei doesn't fight back. He accepts his fate because he knows it has to happen. He even tells his students to stay calm and smile when they kill him. Throughout the scene, you see the students struggling with their emotions. Sadness, guilt, and gratitude all mixed together. Koro-sensei thanks them for giving his life meaning and says he's happy to be killed by them. Kaori Miyazono. Kaori's death is physically quiet, but emotionally heavy. Her illness slowly shuts her body down. Her muscles weaken, her breathing becomes labored, and even standing becomes impossible. By the time she's hospitalized, she can barely move her hands. She undergoes surgery, but it doesn't save her. Kaori dies alone in a hospital bed, while Kusei performs on stage, believing she might still be alive. Her heart simply stops after months of physical decline. There is no violence in Kaori's death. The pain comes from the time it takes, the hope she maintains, and the fact that her final goodbye comes in the form of a letter after she's already gone. If one of these deaths stayed with you longer than it should have, you already know why anime hits different. Tell me which death you'll never forget.